Hi, Ethan and Mother Bear. I've been watching your son's content since I was a teenager, and now that I'm a grown man, I am pitched with a difficult task. I've been with my girlfriend for 2.5 years, and I really love her. I feel it's becoming time to ask the big question. How did you know that you wanted to marry your partner, and when did you know the time was right? Thank you guys very much. I hope you guys have a great day. Lots of love.
You want to go first?
Well, Ethan has more than one video probably describing how all this happened with mom forcing rings upon him to Hila.
I knew I wanted to marry Hila. Like all of my relationships before Hila, I knew were temporary.
Mm-hmm.
I saw like it's fun for now, but I don't really see myself being with this person forever.
Right.
Hila was the one person where I didn't see that temporariness, and I didn't see like, oh well, this thing's going to expire. And so for me, it was pretty obvious to me in that regard that Hila was someone I wanted to be with, in that way, right? In like the long term. So
right.
Marriage. So for me, it was obvious.
So when you met her from the very beginning,
no,
it's something that you grew and you felt.
Well, me and Hila didn't really start dating for a while because we had like a fling,
right,
and then we were like long terms. But when she came and lived with me, and we started like living together and dating and stuff, and actually be like having a relationship,
right,
and
a couple,
it seemed pretty obvious to me that we were going to get married.
Right.
Yeah.
And what about you, Gary?
And you guys were perfect for each other. Well, after our first date, I went home and told my mom, I've met the woman I'm going to marry, or the girl I'm going to marry. And it took me a while to get around to it. And mom actually ended up popping the question.
Yeah,
but,
I asked Dad to marry me.
I knew she was the right one.
I did.
Why? Did you feel like he was never going to do it?
You know what? We were young. We were very young. And
were
just
you
out of
serious
school.
when you asked?
Oh, yeah. Every night Dad would take me home and we would be at the door and we would be saying goodnight and kissing and holding on to each other. And I hated saying goodnight to Dad every time it was time to end the evening. And I just said, you know what? Why don't you just marry me? And to my surprise, he said, okay. And then that night we went to Fred's house, remember, with Reva and Irv and everybody, and we told him we were going to get married. And
how long had you guys been dating?
2 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
a
you
couple
guys
years
were together for a minute.
Yeah. I didn't know at the moment that I started dating Dad that he was the one I was going to marry. But we weren't dating very long when I felt like this is the guy.
I won her over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and fortunately for me, just like now, your mother's never realized how beautiful she is, which worked to my advantage, or she would have looked for someone much, much better than me.
Right.
So I was able to,
You get all the feed pics you want.
Yeah.
For free.
The fact she was younger and hadn't really, been out there that much, although
I
she did
started
date
dating
a
at a young age.
Well, if you wanted to lock it up, why didn't you propose? You should have put a ring on it.
We were young. We were very
general
young.
Tendency of procrastinating, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bad
So this guy's asking, back to this guy's question, he says, when was the time right? The specific time, I mean, that was something I wasn't sure about. I just knew I wanted to marry her. I wouldn't waste time. I wouldn't wait. Just do it. It doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't need to be some big old fucking production where you jump out of an airplane and like there's and then you land on horses and trot through a river. I mean, there's too much pressure on it. It's just stupid. It's like the gesture, the commitment's what's important. I wouldn't wait for a perfect moment. Just let them know what your intentions are. Just say, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what you mean to me. The sooner the better, because marriage is a beautiful thing, and you guys should just jump into it if that's what you want to do.
You know what? Your father always makes this. I don't know where he heard it, but he always makes this comment that men don't want to know what's on TV. They want to know what else
is on. That's a Seinfeld joke.
Okay,
it is a Seinfeld.
Okay.
Come on, Gabby Hanna.
They want to know what else is on TV. And some guys, it's like they wait and they wait because they they
I don't understand.
just,
I don't get that.
and it's like, look at, if you're in love with this woman and she is in love with you, get started with your life.
Well, look, I know a lot of people get married and they settle, so to speak. I think if a guy's waiting and waiting and waiting, either
He's not
sure,
right. If you're not sure, then
they should, then
You
you need to be
shouldn't do
upfront
it.
about that too. But if you're sure, then I don't understand
just do it.
these guys who have like commitment.
Don't be
issues.
that guy.
I don't
Just if
understand
you
that.
love her, she loves you, just do it.
Life is too short. You're going
It
to come
is.
around and you're going to be 20 years older and go, wow, what did I do?
Oh
Right.
yeah,
It goes by
Right.
quickly.
Right. And it's a wonderful thing. If you have a happy marriage, it's a wonderful thing.
well, I agree.
It is.
It's one of the bedrocks of a fulfilling life, in my opinion.
Yes.
Some people disagree though. Some people like being single.
That's
They're
because
they're
they haven't
lying.
that's because they haven't found the right person.
I won't single shame, but they're lying. Yeah. Listen, some people like being single. What can you do?